Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US Chartbreakers here at Tax Traders Cafe for Tuesday, the 25th of November. Starting off with the S&P, which has notionally bounced off the floor of the rising trend channel there from back in April, 65.20, the low on the last move, very close to breaking back above a rising 50-day line, just above current levels, 67.10, and very close to getting back above the RSI 50 level, which would give us a more bullish feel to proceedings. But in the meantime, in a range between 6,500 and 67.10, end of day close above 67.10, and we're looking at we're really actually expecting a move back up to the top of the channel there, which is now promising a target as high as 70.50, which I suppose would be a best case scenario target for the end of the year, or more likely going into January. On the downside, we've got various options. The most obvious option would be a test of the 63.60 area, which was late August and early September support for this market, but really expecting this market to now continue to the upside. The Nasdaq is next, and here obviously it's been slightly blighted by AI bubble fears, but rising trend channel there, very close to the 50-day line there, rising just above the 20, well, just below the 25,000 level. End of day close above 25,000. We're looking with this market to head to the top of the range and the top of the channel there, as high as 27,000 for that to happen by the end of next month. Ideally, now we stay on the right side of 24,000. Moving along to the stocks, and starting off with Butterfly and Butterfly Network, in fact. Here we're been hitting the top of the initial target there, the top of the channel there from back in June. That was towards $3.30, and an end of day close above that. I'm looking for a fresh leg to the upside as high as $4.40 by the end of next month. Ideally, we stay on the right side of the $3 area now on an end of day close basis. Cullinan is next, and here massive breakthrough, or breakout rather. Here you can see that we've been broken the $13 area, which was the old initial 2025 resistance above that on an end of day close basis, and we're looking for $17 perhaps as soon as the end of next month. This stage only really back below the mid-range of yesterday's trading range, so around 1150, really delaying the upside scenario. CalciMedica is next, and here another breakthrough. Here breaking through the $3.70 area above that, looking for the top of the rising trend channel from February. As high as $5.70 by the end of next month. It's a punchy call, but it's a pretty punchy chart there, especially with the positive consolidation that we've had since the end of the summer. We looked at the following stock a few times in the recent past, Caravelle, and here the good news is that we've managed to hit the top of that and exceed the top of that rising trend channel, so call that around the $14.80, well, actually, to be more precise, $14.80 mark. Above that, on an end of day close basis, we're looking at the upper parallel of that rising trend channel from June, and that's heading for $23. Probably looking for that by the end of next month. Ideally, we now stay above the recent broken resistance through the $11.20 area. Next up is a situation called, which we haven't looked at actually before, Digi Power. Here we've broken back above the 50-day line, rising there at $3.72. Above that, looking for at least a partial retracement, rebound and a retracement of the pullback that we've had from the beginning of the month. So up to maybe resistance on the way down, $5.40, while we're above the 50-day moving average. Moving on to Foxx development, and here we've got a falling trend channel. You could argue about where that actually is, the top of that is, but if it's at $6, that's what we're looking for, while we're above the 50-day line there at $4.04. Next on the list is Inspire Medical, and here a bear trap island reversal, so gapping down back in August, gapping up twice in November, so looking pretty strong. So we're assuming that we'll break the 200-day moving average there at $123 and head up to as high as $160 by the end of next month. Ideally, there's no end of day close back below yesterday's 104 low. Now, the last three are coming up now, and the first one is NextCure, which we've looked at before. Here you can see that we hit the top of the rising trend channel there at around $12.30. Above that, looking for $20 by the end of next month. And ideally, we stay on the right side of $13. Recent broken resistance, whatever happens. RSI 50 rebound and the unfilled gap to the upside, two of them, in fact, this month. Very handy in terms of inspiring bullish confidence. Ondas is next, and here we've broken a trend line, and we're within a rising trend channel here since the summer, and we've broken recent resistance around the $8 level. Above $8, looking for not only the highs of last month through $11.60, but actually as high as $13 by the end of next month if we can stay above that $8 zone. One of the stocks which a lot of people in the UK are looking at, because WeCap is a shareholder in it, is WeShop. And what's interesting here is that even though we don't have much data, we are assuming we're in a rising trend channel, top of the channel there, as high as $300, looking for that by the end of next month. While we remain above this broken resistance line there, around $120 on an end of day close basis. RSI above neutral 50, so it's in the low 60s, which is good. And the key here is staying above that $120 zone. If we can do that, then we would expect follow through on yesterday's 3-day trend snap of the pullback from the peak that we saw on the 19th. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.